One of the key objectives of the Trust is to leave behind for the wider community a really valuable asset, something that can be enjoyed for generations to come.
Tamahere Reserve started on the 1st of January 2012, where at a moment of madness went down there and thought, I wonder what's in here. I knew that there were some kahikatea. I knew also that it was probably attainable to restore that gully system. It just seemed like mission impossible, but over the 3 or 4 years we crashed a track right to the back and then started working sideways and replanting the kahikatea, pukatea and the swamp mauri.
This area is significant for our people. This was one of the strongholds of Ngāti Hau. I'm really amazed at the amount of native trees that is in that area right now. Must have been a colossal amount of work done in there. You know, I really appreciate that.
The Tamahere Reserve has the best access to a major stream anywhere on this side of Hamilton. There's a number of viewing places where you can interact with the water. People describe it as being magical. Kids love the eels. Schools use it for educational purposes, so that's quite special as well.
Leo's always led from the front, but of course, wrapped around that, we need to have some sort of structure to ensure that it can be maintained and it has a degree of longevity. And the object of the Trust now is to promote what we're doing to the wider Tamahere community, so they're aware of where the reserves are and where the walkways are, and they can make better use of them.
Part of why we love Tamahere and the rural side of it is the natural flora and fauna that exists, and to promote that and develop that even further is very, very important. This is the work the Trust has been doing, and it's really adding to the whole vibrancy and quality of our living in Tamahere.
The Tamahere Reserve is probably in a maintenance phase. Our aim is to have a sustained bush, self-sustaining at year 10. It just requires a lot of work up to that time, and from then on it will do its own thing, it will regenerate itself and not require an awful lot of looking after. In the Alan Turner, we are at a stage where a lot of it's getting up to year 10, we're at self-maintenance, and further down at Bilsthorpe we are just planted for the first time this year.
When we have these places on our back doorsteps which young people can be engaged in, then they're going to have fun down there, explore down there, have all those experiences. They learn to love it, and they learn to then want to care for nature and the world around them.
Waikato District Council really enjoyed working with the Trust and supporting them in implementing their vision for the ecological restoration of the gully system and getting the community out into that natural environment.
The communities recognise that by having more paths, more accesses and more loops and trails, more people will get out and use them, and it will help the connectivity of our community hugely.
Another objective of the Trust is to, educate the wider community into gully restoration, and the objectives of a lot of the landowners are the same as ours.
It's just a matter of starting sort of slowly and working your way into it and getting advice from people that have had the experience. And it's setting a good example for other people that have got gullies that haven't done anything. It gets them motivated.
You see the changes from one month to the next, from seasons to season. You see the plants growing, you see the successes of your endeavours, and they look great.
For the community, I have a call of action. We must support the various funding mechanisms that Council's putting in place to help the Trust do its work.
It's been a real success and the result is incredible. And I think as a community we really need to get behind this group now and support them. We want to see more of this.
From our perspective, when people go into the reserve, we would like them to think that this is nature at its best. I'd like them to think that they could perhaps contribute through rates a little bit, and I'm hoping that in 5 years that people will be enjoying it even more than they do today. The peace and quiet and just nature, what it is.